This SUV TV broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
SUVTV.com presents the Georgia 8 Elite Tip-Off Classic. Here from Loving Good Arena at McEachern High School, I'm John Morgan along with the coach, Daryl LeBerry. It's Wheeler taking on Dutchtown. Coach, this is going to be a good one. We talked about it in our last game. Cam Bryant certainly is the draw in this contest.
Definitely is. He's committed to East Tennessee State, and literally today, or it could have been yesterday, decommitted and opened his recruitment up. So there are a lot of eyes in the gym. I saw University of Georgia. I see Auburn. Kennesaw State's in here. A lot of people are in here checking him out and trying to figure out if they can get involved with him and exactly what's the best level or best fit for him. But he's an athletic, big kind of tweener forward. So I'm interested to see him put on a show for the crowd tonight.
Well, it's Dutchtown who gets the opening tip. But boy, did Wheeler step in front of it. Prince Davies tried to feed a backcourt, nobody there, and here is Jermaine Mann, and he gets the layup.
Not exactly how he drew it up on the, but he'll take the basket.
2-0 favor of Dutchtown. 7:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Driving in and using his arms is Sam Hines Jr. doesn't go. Now back the other way. Dutchtown is just running up and down this court. That's Isaiah Placide. 4-0 Dutchtown early.
They look long and athletic, and they're coming out pressuring and trapping. It's going to be a good, exciting game. It's going to be fast-paced, similar to what we saw last game.
Oh boy, Kedrick Oliver with the slam. You're talking about running. This is run. This is gunning. And good job for Oliver to get back. He interrupted a alley-oop play from Placide.
And Cam Bryant was looking for a lob right there, so we almost had back-to-back dunks. Nice athletic play by a wing.
Kedrick Oliver with that dunk. 4-2, 7:05 remaining. Here's Cam Bryant. A stop from Cam Hobbs, doesn't fall. Nash Kelly with the board. Oh! That's Hines. Makes that one.
This is what the people came out to see.
Yeah, they wanted to see those dunks. We're tied at 4. 6:40 remaining. This is Hobbs. And that is going to be a 5-second violation.
That's our 4th or 5th 5-second call that we've seen tonight. Both teams have been struggling getting the ball and initiating the offense.
Here's Collier feeding Oliver for the first dunk. Now we'll see what Wheeler can do here. After Dutchtown put 4 on the board, the Wildcats answer with 4 of their own. This is Collier to Hines, buries it.
And he's a guy who had a big role for his team last year, but this year they're calling upon him to score a little bit more. So it's nice to see him, answer the call early and make a couple baskets when his team needed him.
Wheeler 17-12 last season. They lost to Tift County in the second round last year, 58-56. Nice bounce in off the glass for Bryant.
This is Coach Thompson's second year at the helm for Wheeler, and he's kind of trying to put his stamp on the program. Doug Lipscomb was there for years and had done such a great job. And now, Coach Thompson's come in and he's trying to play a little bit of a different style and, make this his own program.
That's a travel. Euro step got called on Nash Kelly.
Both teams are extremely aggressive attacking in transition.
Like that one by Jermaine Mann. He's got 4.
And I don't know if he plays football or not, but he sure looks like a linebacker or a fullback to me.
Well, I tell you what, speaking of that, Cam Bryant definitely looks one, doesn't he?
He has the body of a high-level Division I athlete.
Collier can't hit from outside. 8-6, favor of Dutchtown. 4 points for Mann, 2 for Bryant and Placide. This is Jalen Henders with the ball. Henders just dribbles a little too much, and that's a double dribble.
I knew that was something. I didn't know what they were going to call, but you had to call something. You can't jump up in there with the ball and then continue to dribble.
Exactly. That's Isaiah Collier turning it over. 4:57 remaining here in the first. Pyrotechnics on display here in the first couple minutes of this one. Dishing to Bryant, kicking out. And it's going to go to the left for Henders. Wheeler with it. Thought they were going to try alley-oop. No, they wanted to do an underneath dish. Placide was in the middle of it. That'll be the first foul called of the day.
Very fortunate that he didn't turn the ball over. They tried to dribble the ball out of traffic. If he would have just kind of relaxed and looked for an outlet pass, they could have initiated the offense and maybe turned that into an easy basket.
Nash Kelly gets called for it. And runner for Cam Hobbs doesn't go. They get the rebound. Dutchtown up by 2, 8-6. They're in the gray with the red numbers and the black trim. That's Bryant from outside, hit the heel.
Bryant's 2, that's man.
Oh, I'm sorry, man is that was man, I'm sorry. Oliver with the rebound. Long outlet to Collier. Collier got blocked by Placide.
I was about to say that had to be something.
And Placide with the personal foul.
Referee's looking tired.
Well, they got to run it. They got to run up and down the court too.
They do. 3-man crew though. There hadn't been a whole lot of controversy, so that means they're doing their job pretty well tonight.
Mm-hmm. First one is good for number 4, Isaiah Collier. Makes it 8-7 as we get close to the midway point here in quarter number 1. Hit the heel. Kicked forward. Bryant with the rebound. 3 ball, a little short by Hobbs. Dutchtown will keep it though.
Cam Bryant showing a lot of versatility so far. Rebounding, handling the ball, throwing a lob to him right here.
Couldn't get the fall on the lob from Henders. Well, it looks like Jaheim Hudson, number 3, going to come in for Wheeler. Couldn't get the English from Hines Jr. Long outlet to Henders. Henders pulls up mid-range. Got the roll.
Dutchtown basket, number 0. Jalen Anderson.
This game has been end to end from the jump ball. This is going to be an exciting one.
And timeout, Dutchtown. They take it with 3:38 remaining here in the first, and they own a 10-7 lead on the Wheeler Wildcats. Game 6 of our octuple header. 2 more will wrap up the evening.
2 very well-coached teams. You can see both teams are engaged on the defensive end. There haven't been a whole lot of unforced turnovers. Nice pace of play.
Well, it has been frenetic at times between these two.
A little bit more athleticism in this game as well, wouldn't you say?
Yep, I would say so. Dutchtown went 16-15 last year.
They'll be better than that this year.
Yeah, lost to Buford 69-35 in the third round of the state playoffs.
Who'd they lose to?
Buford.
Yeah, Buford was on a run. And then they're hard to play in that building, which is like a coliseum. I don't know if you've been in there yet.
Oh, I have been in there. It is nice.
It really is.
It beats some D1 arenas that I've been in.
I would agree.
Trying to drive in was Kelly, knocked out of bounds.
Nice mix-up by Dutchtown. You don't see very many high school teams play a 1-3-1, and then they put Cam Bryant up top, who's 6'5", 6'6", with long arms. That can cause problems.
When we get off the air, I'll tell you the D1 arenas that Buford Palace is nicer than.
Okay, we don't want to put them on blast on air.
Exactly. Hudson's shot is short.
Cam Bryant could be a quarterback as well. That's a nice pass.
And it hit. Good drive in by Cam Hobbs. 12-7. Quickly, Collier dishes. A little too strong for Hudson. Back the other way. Watch out, folks!
I'm telling you, man doesn't jump well, but he can run. He's got to be a big-time football player. And we got to do some research on that. He's got to be.
And man almost got it in off the rebound. Instead, that shot from Prince Davies doesn't go. Wheeler hasn't scored in a while. Travel on Jermaine Mann.
It's a couple times where I saw Cam in a situation with a one-on-one. I kind of thought he would use athleticism and force the tempo, but he's a little bit more passive.
Well, Jermaine Mann, first team All-State. Cam Bryant, second team All-State. Wheeler tries to do alley-oop. Not enough for that Hines. Hines Jr. just being everywhere. If it's going up near the rim, odds are Hines Jr. is somewhere in the vicinity.
He's got to finish that one. That was a nice play. and they need some easy baskets right now. They've been on a little bit of a scoring lull.
We're almost 2:30 remaining. Kyle Burns. I'm sorry, that was Placide.
One thing I got to give the officials, if they're not certain about a call, they've done a good job of kind of communicating, huddling up, and then making the right decision. This one, the Dutchtown official thought he got a different call right here, but they came to agreement that it was out on Dutchtown and it should be Wheeler's ball.
Well, Jermaine Mann has a verbal commitment to Gardner Webb.
Okay. It's a good gift for them.
It's going to be on Cam Bryant.
He can definitely play at that level. That's a good gift for them.
He's out of Inwood, New York. Long shot. Goes to the left.
Big time play by Hines.
Hines gets the basket. That's 6 points for Sam Hines Jr.
I thought he probably should have finished on the other side of the rim away from the defender with his left hand, but he just used his quickness and athleticism to get a nice finish for a and one.
2 fouls on Placide.
Dutchtown coach is still working the officials from their last call, trying to get a couple calls down the stretch.
This to make it 12-10. It's up and good. Gardner Webb in the Big South. 12-10, and Hines with 7. Their leading scorer, 70% of the output for Wheeler. Down 12-10. Bryant. Here's Mann muscling his way through, kicks it out. That's Ben Sledge. Can't hit. High lob, and A.J. Burke's got to look for it. Finds it, one-handed pass, got tipped. Driving is Davies. He got blocked right at the end by Mann. Somehow, Hudson is able to come up with it. We're tied at 12. That's a 5-0 run now for Wheeler.
That's got to be a foul.
Well, Mann is just bowling his way in there.
He's a grown man out here playing with kids, but he got fouled on that one and missed it. But great effort to continue to keep playing.
Well, Jermaine Mann right there just whiffed on the rebound, allowing Hudson to take it in and tie this ball game up at 12.
They've been lazy on these baseline inbounds passes. It's going to be a turnover sooner or later.
Short for Hobbs. Wheeler with a chance to take the lead. Tied at 12, 90 ticks on the clock. Dribbling in.
Nice pass.
Hines can't get it. Oh, he finally did get it in. Hines with 9.
Isaiah Collier, I think he's a freshman. He's supposed to be one of the best freshmen in the country. Nice finish by Cam Bryant.
Yeah, that was a great little finger tipper.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Isaiah Collier is ranked top 10 in the country for freshman guard. So they're giving him the reins early, and they're going to find out what he can do on the varsity level. 14
all. Trying to change that. A.J. Burke, it was long. And that's Bryant with the loose ball. Yep, 2023. That would be a freshman.
Yep. There's another one over there, Wheeler, too. I'm not sure if he's playing on varsity yet, but they have 2 guards over there that are young players that have a lot of potential.
Bryant slips.
Yeah, he's the only one listed on the roster, so they must have the other one on JV right now.
Riding the pine on JV, working your game. We're tied at 14. Here's Jameel Giles, Jr.
Wheeler's gone deep into their bench. They've got 10 guys that have played early in this first quarter.
Well, they have a long roster, 16 overall. Dutchtown with 12.
I think Mann and Bryant are their workhorses. They're going to kind of live and die with what they do tonight. Nash
Kelly has it on the wing. Stop, pop, drop. That's A.J. Burke.
Nice execution on what they call America's play, a little screener action. He popped open to the top and had great footwork and knocked down a 3.
High off the heel from Bryant. There goes Mann off to the right. 1 second remaining, and that's all. Wheeler will get the ball to start the second quarter. After 1 complete, Wheeler 17, Dutchtown 14, but a good run by the Wildcats, 10-4 to end that quarter, and they're up by 3. Second quarter coming up after this from the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic here at McEachern on the SUVTV.com.
Once again, that's
This SUV TV broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
Starting the second quarter, I'm John Morgan along with the coach, Daryl LeBerry. It's the Wheeler Wildcats and the Dutchtown Bulldogs. Wheeler up by 3 as we start the second frame. This is Nash Kelly trying to make a move into the lane. Said he'll kick out. Taking a shot is Hudson, Jameen Hudson. He hits it. 4 points for Hudson.
Nice pull-up. He's had two nice baskets since he's been in the game.
19-14. Shot by Ben Sledge, and he hits it with the help of his sister. That ends the Dutchtown drought, 19-17, 7:25.
They need a third scorer too. Whether it's going to be, making open jump shots or it's going to be something in transition. They got to find someone else that can score besides Mann and Cam Bryant.
Well, number 20, Micah Evans is in the ball game. Driving.
That's big time by Nash.
Yeah, Nash Kelly with a good layup. 21-17, 7 minutes remaining. Sledge got knocked on by Hudson, and it goes right to number 35, Dorian Wynn.
2 forces back-to-back.
Shot is good.
number 35, Maxwell Harris.
Maxwell Davis with the bucket.
The wrong guys are shooting for Dutchtown right now. If they're not careful, they're going to go on a run going in the opposite direction.
23-17. Let's take a look at that late score.
Cam Hobbs.
Foul be on Hobbs. Here's the drive by Kelly. Jermaine Mann came over to help, but just not in time.
Substitution.
23-17, favor of Wheeler.
Malik
Spellman makes his first appearance for Wheeler. Wheeler in the white.
Coach Thompson does a good job on ATO. Let's see what kind of play they're going to execute right here.
Well, they work perimeter, coming to Kelly. Kelly off the screen to Davis. Davis has to kick it out.
Looks like they're just going a little bit ball screen motion, trying to see if they can find a crack or a crease in the defense.
That should have been a walk on Burke. Instead, they'll give it to Kelly. Kelly spins, can't hang on to it. Gets it over to Davis. Davis is going to drive in. Did not make it. Got to be careful that he didn't land on him.
Davis is a confident young player as well. He's coming in very, very aggressive since he got in the game.
Micah Evans picks up the contact.
Micah Evans.
And let's watch
First, team 6.
Davis trying to drive.
Shoot 2, number 35.
Nice aggressive take right there.
Maxwell Harris.
He just got a tip in the play before. He had forced one. Someone got an offensive rebound, shot it back up, and he ended up getting a tip in on the play before.
Harris makes his first. That gives him 3 on the day. 24-17, Wheeler up by a touchdown.
Entering the game, the Dutchtown, number 24, Amari Blake.
Second one is good.
Nice quick 4 points off the bench for them.
25-17. Wheeler slowly stretching this lead out. It's 8. Long jump shot in the corner for Jalen Henders doesn't go.
Dutchtown doesn't score well in the half court. They're going to have to find a way to get out and push the ball in transition. Use their length and athleticism.
Another shot short for Nash Kelly. Back to Dutchtown. They'll work it into that corner. Too strong, and it hit the top of the backboard. Or foul. That was Placide.
Fouls on number 3, GE8TOC.
Don Hudson is first.
Team's third.
Team
Entering the
third.
game, number 20.
And Wheeler gives us a line change.
Sam Hines Jr., number 5.
The starters are coming back.
He has a lot of confidence in his bench, and they're the ones who actually came in and stretched the lead out. And now it's the starter's job to continue to build the momentum.
Shot from the wing for Placide doesn't go. Here's Collier, the freshman. He finds Hines, lets it fly. Long rebound allows Wheeler to keep things going. Kelly at
Nice
dish. Hines got double blocked. Other way for Placide, short. And
Man is a
Oliver.
grown man in there, no pun intended.
And we're just going back and forth. A lot of turnovers here, sloppy play. Need to take a breath a little bit. See if Dutchtown does that with Henders.
In the half court, the only two guys that should be shooting are Mann and Bryant.
Henders from the elbow. Goes to the right. Good rebound for Oliver.
Kid Collier is very poised for a freshman.
Dutchtown's only got 3 points on the board this quarter. 8 for Wheeler.
Nice. Kid's going to be good.
That's Collier. Made the shot.
I see why he's ranked so high.
Fouls on number
Looked over at the coach, got the play call. They ran a nice little give and go off the pinch post.
Oh, yes.
And even though he's young, he took the body contact and used the glass. Nice finish. As he gets stronger, he'll be finishing those and won't even be hitting the ground.
Collier will do a conversion, makes it. Gives him 4 points on the day. 28-17. Wheeler now up by 11, their largest lead of the evening. Hobbs pulls up, bounces off. Back to the Wheeler Wildcats. Chance to make this a 13-point game, or 14, depending on what Davies decides to do. Well, he had a bad pass. Hobbs came up with it.
Got to know who to throw the ball to in the transition. It worked out.
Had just enough. That's Cameron Callahan bearing the three. Makes it 28-20. And Dutchtown calls another timeout. Let's take a look at that three from Callahan. Almost
Touched every part of the rim. Didn't
exactly.
it? See, I would have made the easier plan, giving it to my strong physical man who was running the right lane right there. But hey, 3 is better than 2. That's what the analytics say.
Exactly, and right now Dutchtown needs the points. They're down by 8, 28-20, just over halfway gone by here in our second quarter of action. Here from the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic. Other final from Southwest DeKalb. Eastside beats Redan 68-48. Miles Rice with 24 points. As we break the huddle. And it will be Wheeler to inbound. Wheeler will go to the far side for Davies.
Oh, great play out of the timeout.
Hines Jr. trying to get free, gets his own rebound and is fouled.
They ran a little misdirection. It kind of looked like the same play we saw earlier with the give and go off the pinch post. This time they swung it weak side and had a nice seal underneath for Hines in a post isolation. Great play out of the timeout.
At the line, shoot 2. Sam.
This is Hines.
Jr.
He had 9 points in the first quarter. And now he's in double figures with 10. 29-20 Wheeler, 3:44 remaining. Takes a deep breath. Puts it up. And going to take a bounce and doesn't go. Immediately Wheeler's going to run. Block by Oliver.
Man, Collier's poised for a young kid.
We saw that. Looked like they were going full court. Found a way to break it. Davies, a little short. It'll be Dutchtown basketball. Okay. Here comes Dutchtown. This is Hobbs. Go inside for man.
Wow, he dislodged him. They got to call charge on that.
Yep.
Nice play by Prince Davies. Good, smart, intelligent play. If you're outmatched physically in that situation, hold your ground, wait till they dislodge you, fall on the ground and sell it. You'll get the charge every time.
That's what happened. 3:11 left until halftime. 29-20, favor of Wheeler.
Oh, great play.
Hines Jr. Well, that's going to be a foul before the shot. Collier came down. He's okay, though.
Man, Wheeler is really executing out here.
Take a look at the pass from Hines.
Nice reversal, diagonal cut. Great pass by Hines for a drive and a finish. Did they call it before the shot?
At the line, shooting 2.
I don't understand how he could be shooting 2. That's confusing to me.
Yeah, it was before the shot. It's the 10th team foul, so he's shooting 2.
He caught it and shot the ball immediately, John. Am I right or wrong on that?
That's what it looked like.
I don't think he took an extra dribble or there was enough time in between for there to be a foul before the shot.
Well, don't argue with me, Coach. That's what the ruling on the court is.
I just want to make sure that my eyes are seeing the same thing that yours are.
Yep. Davies doesn't hit the first, does hit the second. His first point.
If Wheeler ends up losing by 1, they're going to be pretty mad.
Exactly. 30-20. Man.
It's a charge.
Man is just using those forearms to keep the players at bay. Can't hit the drive. And Davies comes up with it. To that far side, a stop, pop. Too strong for Hines Jr. And man loses it. Oliver comes up with it. Back inside. Yeah, we had 2 players open. It's Davies who puts it in, and it's 32-20, 2:25.
Kid Collier's a true point guard because a lot of guys take that shot even though their guys open up under the rim. Poised enough to see that there's somebody open and nice pass for a wide open shot up under the rim.
And man tosses it outside. Bryant, Hobbs, looks good. No, a little too strong.
I want to see more out of Bryant. He's a little too passive for me. I want him to shoot the ball more.
Well, man is anything but passive. He's got 6, 32-22, under 2 minutes remaining. Davies tries to make a move.
Yeah, bad pass. Unforced turnover right there.
And it almost knocked that little kid in the head with that basketball. And her eyes were wide once Nash Kelly got in front of her.
It's the second time she's been hit. She's in a hot spot right there. That's I don't know if you know the singer Monica. That's her daughter right there.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, son is over here too. I'm not sure who they're here watching, but they've been enjoying basketball the last 3 games.
Well, that's interesting. Cameron Callahan can't hit, and he's fouled.
Wildcat foul number 4.
It's on Collier.
Isaiah Collier. The second.
Dutchtown needs to make the free throws. They've really struggled to score as of late.
This is Dutchtown's first free throw opportunity. And Callahan makes it. Wheeler hasn't exactly made a living on the line, but they've gotten to it maybe 10, 11 times.
Definitely have been the aggressor getting to the rim. I don't know if you can see it, John, but the arena's almost full now.
Yeah. Still some.
At the very top.
At the very top. A couple empty seats up there.
Well, we still got 2 games left, so this is a great crowd.
Well, Callahan made both of them, so it's 32-24 with 100 seconds remaining in the half. This is Malik Spellman had the pocket picked.
I could tell he was going to turn it over. His shoe's not even tied.
That's Callahan with it.
Kid comes in the game with his shoes untied. You got to trap him right away.
7 points for Callahan. Hines, how did Hines not get a 3-second on that one? But can't hit either one of the shots.
Hines has missed a couple of bunnies.
Now we'll try the fall away, and it falls away. It's Dutchtown basketball, and Dutchtown getting the opportunity to cut into this lead. It was 12, now it's down to 6. 6-0 run with a chance for more.
And this is with Cam Bryant. I think he might have 4 points.
Well, Cameron Callahan's got 7. Bryant's got 4, all in the first quarter.
He's got it. If he was supposed to be their primary, Division I prospect with that kind of size and athleticism, he's got to be more aggressive shooting the ball.
Right now, I think he's letting Jermaine Mann be the aggressor for him.
I agree.
32-26, we're under a minute. Hobbs, reverse,
Nice finish.
drops it in.
Basket number 1.
4-point game going to the half, and if you can find a way to get a stop on the score here, you cut it to 2.
32-28. Wheeler hasn't scored in a while, and they commit a lack of player control foul. That's on Hines.
Sam Hines Jr. is second.
And Wheeler's gone small. They've taken Hines out of the court, put Prince Davies in. This ball has to go to Cam Bryant or man down low. Don't be cute with it. Just throw the ball to either one of those guys on the block and make Wheeler double.
Well, they go to Callahan. Outside, a stop, a pop. And it went a little too strong. That was Gary Richardson, number 15. First time we've called him.
That played right into Wheeler's hand, shooting a perimeter jump shot. He got the size advantage.
That was man sending into the first row. Off the shot by Prince Davies. Take a look as Davies goes up. Now here's the weak side help from man. Boom. Get it out of here. Here's Nash Kelly with 15 seconds remaining. Kelly thought about driving, but I think he got told, hey, wait for the last shot. Wheeler will get the ball to start the third. Driving.
Charge.
And that's a charge on Nash Kelly, his second.
4 seconds left, too. Dutchtown's trying to throw the ball long and see if they can get a basket here.
Watch Nash Kelly. They gave him the lane. Stepping in was Callahan because he knew that Richardson was going to rotate over.
Wow, that worked out. No time off the clock, and you got the ball over at half court.
The long outlet pass, and let Wheeler knock it out.
I would just throw the ball down low, straight, directly, a direct pass into the post.
Well, they went outside. Ball got stuck. Davies will take it, and it hits the post. And we're at halftime. Well, Dutchtown made a bit of a run to cut into the Wheeler lead. 15 points for the Wildcats, 14 for the Bulldogs. It's 32-28 Wheeler, and we'll have the second half coming up for you in a moment. It's the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic right here on the SUVTV.com.
This SUV TV broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
Tamara Brown with SUV TV at the CP3 Rising Stars campus.
SUV TV's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision, presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUV TV.
SUV TV brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUV TV, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality. Nobody talking in the background. I think it brings basketball to the forefront.
Whether it's a family member that lives in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUV TV has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think is always interesting.
Touchdown.
Oh, yes, sir. It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring, no matter how hard they try right now.
Dayton Avian Williamson
at the buzzer.
That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for joining us.
Well, the second half is about ready to start in just over a minute. John Morgo here along with the coach, Daryl LeBerry. It's 32-28 Wheeler. A late Dutchtown rally cut it to 4. Looking over the numbers for the first half. First for the Wildcats under head coach Larry Thompson. Sam Hines leads all scorers with 10. And then it drops off and everyone just kind of bunched together. Maxwell Harris with 4. Same with Isaiah Collier and Dorian Wynn. They have 4. Prince Davies, A.J. Burke has 3. Kendrick Oliver, Nash Kelly with 2. For the Bulldogs, under head coach Jordan Griffin, they're paced by Cameron Callahan, who had 7 points all in the second quarter. Jermaine Mann's got 6. Bryant and Hobbs with 4. Ben Sledge with 3. And Jalen Henders with 2. Well, Coach, we are seeing something that we didn't expect. Cam Bryant kind of putting it in second gear this game. He's letting Jermaine Mann do all the work for him, do all the heavy lifting for him underneath.
I'm assuming he's going to pick it up in his third quarter because they can't win if he's not going to be aggressive and put some more points up on the board. But like you said, he was just kind of passive. He deferred, passed the ball a lot. I don't know if he's playing coy, he's doing the rope-a-dope and he's ready to come play the second half or what's going on, but it'll be interesting to see what he does.
And Jermaine Mann been doing the heavy lifting underneath. He's going to got a verbal commit to Gardner Webb. He'll be hanging out down there as coach gets greeted by one of the many assistant coaches in attendance here today. I saw a Tulane person here as well. Not head coach Ron Hunter. He did not make the trip. But
that's Coach Clara Pardue.
Yeah, Coach Pardue. We know him very well.
Yep.
From our days at Georgia State. You might want to go say hi to him a little bit later.
I might. We get a chance, I'll definitely go over and say something to him.
All right, we're back to live action. Dutchtown immediately goes inside, turn around to Mann, and he's got it.
I can't figure out why they haven't done that the whole game. They have a huge physicality advantage, but for whatever reason, they've been playing a perimeter-oriented game. And just a couple of notes on Wheeler. Aaron Reddish, Cam Reddish's brother, is not cleared yet. He'll be a part of their team, and Jaheim Hudson is not cleared as well.
All right, that's why Dorian Wynn is playing with Hudson's number. So Wynn with 4 points. First foul, that was loose underneath. I think it's going to go out of bounds. It will stay with Wheeler. 32-30, 7:31 remaining here in the third quarter. Davies inbounds it.
And Wheeler has played a much better game, but like I said, it's only a 2-point game, so anything can happen in the second half. And if Dutchtown starts to impose their will on them down low, then anything can happen.
And Collier, he sends Cam Hobbs into the middle of next week. We'll see him shortly. Collier wasn't too crazy about the call.
He wasn't. He has to realize he's a young kid. He's a freshman trying to figure it out up here. He won't get any calls for a couple years.
This is Hobbs, pulls up from the elbow and makes it.
Hobbs has made 2 or 3 really, really quick moves, but he hasn't done anything consistently. Maybe he's their typical third scorer, and they're going to need him to pick it up.
Well, Hobbs has 6, and we're tied at 32. Collier decides to put it on his shoulders. He goes in.
As you see, the freshman has a chance to be special. That's a big-time play by a young kid in a big-time environment.
So make sure you remember that name, folks. Isaiah Collier and Wheeler. You'll be hearing a lot more of them during the next 4 seasons here in Georgia. Hobbs to the far side for Placide.
Cam Bryant's got to shoot the ball, man.
And he's got it right now. We'll give it up, give it to Hobbs. Now Hobbs drives baseline, almost stepped out. They'll do that extra pass to Placide in the coffin corner. High bounce. It's Davies with the rebound. 6:10 remaining. Wheeler 34-32 over Dutchtown.
And those are the little shots that they need Hines to make with more regularity.
It's Kendrick Oliver with the stick back on Hines. And ever since Dutchtown tied it up, Wheeler has scored the last 4. So it's 36-32. That's our halftime advantage. 5:47 left in the third. Looks like Dutchtown's playing a little slow ball here. One-hand pass to Placide. Makes that move, then that extra pass to Mann.
Mann can score down low every time he gets it.
He's got 10. Again, he's going to go from one set of Bulldogs to another, Gardner Webb Bulldogs. Driving is Collier. dishes, can't get the English.
Nice move, though.
But Hines couldn't get it up. Collier slow after hitting the hardwood. No look pass. Davies with this block on Placide.
Great hustle by Davies.
2-on-1. There's going to be a foul as Nash Kelly drives in.
Coach got a sub in there quick. He didn't like the lack of effort and hustle by his guy after he turned the ball over. He didn't sprint up the court, so I'm sure one of the assistants will pull him to the side and let him know that when you turn the ball over, you always need to sprint back in transition and try to make up for it.
Foul assessed to Jalen Henders.
I probably said it a little bit more kind than he will, though.
Exactly. Well, you gave the G version.
Exactly.
I bet Coach Griffin is probably a little more rated R.
Sometimes you got to go rated R.
Kelly with one more. 3 points for Nash Kelly, and it rimmed out. Trying to run the outlet. Here comes Dutchtown. Henders gets a little room for Bryant, passes up the shot. Goes to Cameron Callahan, who's in. Now man off the double team, kicks it to Hobbs. Hobbs launches one, it's off the rim. Another rebound for Hines. And he'll leave it for Kelly. In the corner, Davies. No. Another rebound. One thing about those threes, you're going to get those long rebounds. Kedrick Oliver had 2 chances. And then that one got blocked.
Couple chippies missed at the rim there.
By Cam Bryant, yeah. 37-34 Wheeler. Cam Bryant, as we said earlier, he's got to get a little more active.
46-41 win by LSU for our football fans out there.
That is going to, well, it's going to clear things up a little bit.
I don't know, high-scoring game by 2 highly ranked teams. You might not see a lot of movement.
Nash Kelly missed it. And here's Callahan. Foul on the floor.
He was determined to get that one up, wasn't he?
Right. But the referee will be on Davies. About the only thing you can say right now is it looks like it's going to be Georgia LSU in the SEC Championship.
I would agree.
Yep.
Because Georgia just got past Florida.
Yep. They have 2 games left, Auburn and Texas A&M, and then Georgia Tech. That's good for Cam Hobbs, I'm sorry. He's got 8.
He's picked it up. He's become the second leading scorer. It's really Mann and Hobbs have been the best 2 players for Dutchtown.
Yep. Hobbs with 8, Mann with 10, and Callahan with 7. Davies. Well, he was going to stop, then he saw the lane and says, you know what, let me take a Euro step here.
Everybody just got out the way.
And get the easy layup. Here comes Mann.
Nice play.
Dishes to an open Henders who couldn't bury it. Now here comes Bryant, and he'll get the finger tipper.
There we go. When is he going to impose his will around the paint like that on a consistent basis? Because he can do it in this game.
39-38 Wheeler. Collier.
Nice play.
Oh, nice backdoor cut for Hines Jr.
This kid Collier has a big-time feel, man, for getting into the paint and making plays for his teammates. He's high level.
That's 12. And working that ball in is Cam Hobbs. That's 10 for him. Probably could have gotten a late foul, but Dutchtown's going to call a timeout.
I think Hobbs has something to say about who's the best playmaker in this game, too, though.
Well, he has a little something to say about the best player named Cam in this game.
Okay, I like that.
And there's 3 of them, to be perfectly honest. You got Cam Hobbs with a K, Cam Bryant with a C, and then Cameron Callahan. Hobbs with 10, Callahan with 7, and Bryant with 6. As we see that last layup by Hobbs.
Finish. And I agree with you. That could have been a foul. That could have been an and one easily.
When the whistle blew for the timeout, I thought they were going to call a late foul. They did not.
And Dutchtown has gone full court pressure. It looks like a little bit of 1-2-2 full court. Cam Bryant at the top, so you got a long athlete at the top.
And sure enough, Davies will inbound to Collier. Get it back to Davies. Not really an annoying full court pressure, just keeping them on their toes.
And just to see if Wheeler makes a mistake and just gave him the ball, but kind of disrupt the flow of the offense a little bit.
Collier on that far side. Davies trying to get loose, and Wheeler will keep it. Stop, pop for Hines, and a drop. 14 for Hines, 43-40, 2:36 left in the third. Looks like they want to do a high-low. Mann trying to get around his fellow number 3. Instead, it's going to be Hobbs, rims out.
Oh, big grown man rebound by Hines.
Yes, he just wrenched that free, didn't he? Wants to coast it, and he got the roll and the contact. Cam Bryant.
I'd like to see him step up to the challenge, and he's a senior, so his team needs him to step up and make plays. Goes and gets a grown man rebound and takes it the length of the court and draws a foul on Cam Bryant for the and one.
16 for Hines Jr., chance for 17. Puts it up, got the roll. Hines had 9 in the first quarter. Now he's got 7 here in the third, and he's single-handedly get the lead back up to a half dozen, 46-40.
He's just got to figure out a way to do something in the second and the fourth, right?
Exactly. I can tell you they don't want Cam Bryant that far out in the backcourt.
That's where he's been the whole game.
He'll step into a 3, and too strong.
Somebody's got into his head he's like a combo point, too, because he just plays too far away for the rim, at least at this level. He should be closer to the rim and use his length and athleticism.
Well, you said he decommitted from ETSU. Maybe they were trying to tell him, tell him his game was not what he thought it was.
You never know what the truth is.
Exactly. Nash Kelly with the layup. 48-40. A 7-0 run for Wheeler. They've been up by as much as 10 and 12. Now it's back up to 8. Mann stuck on the baseline. Decides to kick it out to Henders.
Throw it right back into him. Make him double team.
Trying to post up Winton. Got the rebound. It's bouncing around. It'll drop.
I know that's an ugly play, but to me, that's what this game should be, the entire play. Those two guys on the offensive glass around the rim, because Wheeler just doesn't have the size to compete with those guys down there.
48-42 as we close in on a minute. Telegraph pass. Watch out! There you go. Oh, Cam Bryant.
2 plays back to back.
And then he commits a foul. But let's take a look at the Cam Bryant show that we just saw.
Very lazy one-handed pass.
Oh, yes.
Guys, no one-handed passes in the half court. Just turns into a highlight dunk. He's got a little experience in that, too. He found the cameraman after that one.
Saw where the camera was. Made it look good. 48-44. Cam Bryant with 4 points. Cuts the deficit in half. And a reach-in foul. That's on Callahan, his first.
Another unnecessary foul, but they're nowhere near the bonus, so they're okay.
4 fouls now on Dutchtown, 2 on Wheeler.
But a very clean game in the second half. Not a lot of fouls.
Nash Kelly with it. To Davies. This is Burke. I haven't seen too much of Burke here in the third. They'll try to kick it out to him, but Callahan's right in the way. Here they come. Here's the roll-in.
Dutchtown's on their run now.
Yep.
But everything's at the rim, though, John. That's the difference.
They're driving, aren't they?
Not settling for jump shots.
And more importantly, they're doing it off fast breaks. The last 2 were fast breaks that they were able to finish.
Getting defensive stops, limiting Wheeler to 1 shot until right there. And getting out and pushing the ball and getting to the rim.
Exactly. Here comes another one of those, but it was a little too strong. Davies comes up with it with 5 seconds remaining. Davies trying to get to the hoop. An extra pass to Hines Jr., and he got blocked with 1 second remaining.
Good foul, though. I'd rather make him earn it at the free throw line. Bad play by Hobbs in transition where he gives it up. Doesn't feel the defender coming from behind him.
Davies looked like he was leading one way, went the other to a cutting Hines, so it's a 20-on-20 foul. Hines' shot is good. That's 18 points for Sam Hines Jr., 49-46.
That's what seniors got to do. Early in the season, as the young guys are figuring it out, you got to come in and put those guys on your back and be aggressive and make baskets, which is what we're asking for Cam Bryant to do on the other side.
Made both ends. And Dutchtown's not even going to bother with the shot. 50-46, Wheeler up by 4 as we head to the final frame. Both teams scored 18 in it. We'll see if Wheeler can hang on or can Dutchtown come back. We'll find out in a moment. It's the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic right here on the SUVTV.com.
This SUV TV broadcast of the Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic is brought to you by Nike, AOT, Slam, and Bleacher Report.
And we're starting the fourth quarter here. I'm John Morgan alongside the coach, Daryl LeBerry. Here on the SUV TV. Follow us on Twitter at SUV TV. All the great Georgia Showcase events. We got 2 of them today. One at Southwest DeKalb, one over here at McEachern. And a doubleheader coming up after this one. Green Forest Academy against Pebblebrook. That should be a fun one. And then McEachern and Berkmar. But this one's going to be going down to the wire, too. Here's Wheeler at the miss from Dutchtown, and Collier shuffles his feet before he made that drive.
Just got into a little bit too much of a rush. Didn't want to settle for the jumper, wanted to get to the rim.
Now, as a freshman, he'll learn more. He'll learn better.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll learn.
He's played well tonight.
He has. I can't argue with that. Only 6 points, but he's been distributing. And he's been getting some steals and turnovers.
He's been poised and under control, too.
He's been making very good decisions.
I agree. And again, why are Mann and Cam Bryant so far away from the rim?
I don't know. As Mann's shot rolls off, but they get the rebound. Callahan sizes it up, and it's off to the right. Rebound for the Wildcats. Up by 4 with 7:12 left in regulation. They're going to put it in Collier's hands.
Nice pass.
Yeah, cutting was Davies. Got to swing it out. Collier's got a sky for it. And he picks it up. Now drive in. He got stolen, ripped.
One of the few turnovers he's had.
Going is Callahan.
Got to be a foul. On the pass? Wow.
Well, he passed it, and coming in was Evans.
I think he lost the ball. I'm not sure if he passed it. I think he was going for a shot.
He was going for a shot, and it kind of went off his hands. Evans just happened to be in the area.
Because he hadn't passed many tonight. He wasn't thinking. He wasn't trying to pass. That was a shot attempt.
That was a shot. But Evans was just happened to be in the area. Actually, you know what? If Evans wasn't in the area, they would have given him the shot.
I agree.
Well, the foul was on Dorian Wynn.
He had man wide open on the roll, and it's been open all night.
Collier coasts it.
That kid's big time, man.
He's got 8 on the coaster.
He just moves so smoothly.
He does. 52-46.
I feel like every time Collier makes a play, Hobbs comes back down and makes a play on the other end.
He feels like he has to, but boy, did that have a high degree of difficulty. Trying to impress the judges. 52-48 now, 6:13 remaining. Davies calls for it on that far wing. And this is Maxwell Harris. He'll be going to the line. That's Callahan will commit it.
I don't know where Harris played before, but he has in his mind that he's a scorer. He comes in and he is shooting the ball. Everything is aggressive to the rim the second he touches it.
Harris eyes it up and drops it in. And that's 5 points for Maxwell Harris.
Is Cam Bryant in foul trouble? I'm trying to figure out why he's getting such a long rest on the bench.
He's only got 2. I'm sorry. No, he does that. He has 4.
That's what that is. Okay.
Not sure where the 4th foul came from. I had him with 3. They might have gotten a foul right there.
Because I was trying to figure out why else he would be on the bench, but foul trouble makes complete sense.
53-48. as Harris only made one, but Wheeler gets the ball back. 6 minutes left. Hines with the extra pass, looking for Oliver, was at his feet. And Dutchtown will keep it. Here comes Mann.
Again, look how far away Mann is away from the rim.
He needs to get in. There goes Callahan dishing underneath. Ben Sledge had it knocked away. And referee calls alternating possession.
Entering the game for Dutchtown.
Coach went ahead and put Cam Bryant back in the game on offense. It'll be interesting to see if he just leaves him in there or if he tries to get some offensive defense substitutions for him.
Wheeler on the attack. Davies thought about it. Now Hines. Hines has led Wheeler today. Back to Davies. They're trying to goad the referees into committing a foul. Instead, Wheeler sees something they don't like. Coach Thompson calls the timeout. We've got 5:20 left in regulation. Wheeler ahead by 5, 53-48 over the Dutchtown Bulldogs here on the SUVTV.com. I'm John Morgan alongside the coach, Daryl LeBerry. Luke Winslow is here. He's going to come back and take over for the final two games of this spectacular. Just want to mention that, again, I drove here from after calling first two games over at Southwest DeKalb, and wanted to mention Lee Harris. He's a name you're going to have to pay attention to later on this season as he plays for the Towers Titans. 28 points for Lee Harris in a 67-63 loss to Mundy's Mill.
He a young kid or a senior?
I believe he's a junior.
Okay.
But he had a strong performance. Towers probably could have won that game, but three of their big players fouled out in the last 2 minutes of it.
When I was growing up, Towers was one of the best teams in the state. They had a kid named Keviston Fountain, a kid named Avon Howard. They were ranked top 5 in the state. We're going back, I'm dating myself, but 95, 96, 97, they were really good. So good to hear that their program's kind of going back in the right direction.
And we're in the right direction here. Game action. Collier steps in. Oh, he tried to shoot a pass to Oliver, but good job. Hines keeping it. Draining the three, Nash Kelly. Big three for Kelly. It's an 8-point advantage with 5 minutes remaining.
Look, coaching chess going on by both coaches. Coach Thompson does a great job calling plays out of timeout, so Dutchtown went 1-3-1 to try to disrupt that. They ended up with an open three, though.
No good for Mann. Foul on the floor. Cam Bryant back in. And, Coach, I don't know if this is he means this or not, but take a look at Cam Bryant's shoes.
They are. I was confused.
They're mismatched. One is blue, one is red.
They're made like that. Those are some Paul Georges, and they're made the totally different colors.
Okay.
I'm just as confused as you, and I had to ask that question. That's the only reason I know.
Okay. On the inbound play after the foul. Mann kicks short on the three ball by Hobbs. Another telegraph pass. Here comes Bryant, and he decides to lay off just a little bit, but the fingertipper works. 56-50.
Collier's starting to show his age. He's had 2 unforced turnovers the last couple plays. And, he'll learn from this game. But right now, it's a couple mistakes that they don't need.
Yeah, and Kelly commits one of his own.
He's a senior. He shouldn't do that.
As we get close to the halfway point, here comes Mann. Try to throw one up. No foul called. Scrumming underneath. It'll stay with Dutchtown.
I still like the drive by Mann, even though it was a little bit of a force, because in my opinion, they should just play bully ball. Oh, great steal, but I didn't realize Cam reached up and got that steal before he made the nice Euro step to the finish right here.
He's got the ball right now, and he'll pass it off to Hobbs. Hobbs with the long jumper. Collier with the rebound. Wheeler up by 6, 3:45 remaining. Davies might get stuck over there. Sure enough, turnover falls, but
got very fortunate. and Cam Bryant fouled out.
And Bryant just takes out Collier's legs from under him. And Cam Bryant's day is done.
Fouls on number 2.
You look at that. Placide and Henders just kind of knock each other out. Now watch what Bryant does.
Unfortunate.
Yep.
But you can't poke your head in there when you got 4 fouls.
Sometimes you just got to let them play.
For some reason, they haven't subbed him yet, though. I thought I even heard him call it, yeah.
Yep, and the scorekeepers on the other side, they are saying, hey, that's 5.
There we go. We had to get an adult to get a little bit more aggressive and hit the horn.
Bryant exits with 12 points. And he fouls out. 56-50. Chance for Davies.
It's going to be hard for them to win this game without him the last 3 minutes.
Well, to be honest, as we said, he was playing very hesitantly.
He was, but he gave them, a physicality and a rebounding presence. But maybe man will realize now that he just has to shoot it every time, and he'll be more aggressive and take over.
We will see if that is the case. Prince Davies gets the contact. And Jermaine Mann to the line. Coach, if you can believe it, I mean, here we are, 3:23 remaining. This is only the 3rd foul shot for the Dutchtown Bulldogs. They have not gotten to the line at all.
I can believe it because they've been selling for 3-point jump shots the entire night instead of imposing their will and getting to the rim. And if they would have been, it probably could have been a different game.
56-51, and that's where it'll stay. For the moment, Hines with the rebound. Hines really putting on a show, trying to bull his way to get an open look, and it'll stay with Wheeler.
One thing I'm certain about is that you're not going to bull and run over man.
No, you better try Placide, or maybe even Hobbs. Just stay away from Jermaine Mann, because he has been the main man. Davies from the elbow, short.
That was a foul right there. Yeah, they got to call that.
Yep.
Wildcat foul number 10.
It's on Kelly. That's 3 on him.
Still not the bonus.
Team 6.
One more will put him in the 1-and-1. And I think we've got Schmutz on the court.
Jermaine Mann knew that he was sweaty and he landed on the ground, so he's trying to get it wiped up so no one gets injured.
We had a delay at Southwest DeKalb because there was Schmutz on the court and no one had any towels to clean it up.
There we go. We got a couple managers that are women for the Wheeler crew that was nice enough to volunteer a towel but didn't want to come out there and wipe it up themselves.
Exactly. There's only so much they will do.
They threw the towel nice and calm and went right back and sat down.
Well, Jermaine Mann removes the linen. And we're ready to go. Of course, Dutchtown's going to escort the ball, keep time from elapsing. Hobbs can't, he lost it. Feeding for Collier.
Man, that kid was good.
It was almost too strong, catches the rim and falls in. 58-51.
He'll be dunking that in a year. I mean, he's just a smooth athlete. Can finish with either hand at the rim. He just kind of floats.
And nice one-handed pass for Davies. You get it to him, give him the assist. And Dutchtown throws it away. Too many unforced errors for the Bulldogs.
I agree. And Wheeler's just been too poised, primarily because Collier's just under control and he doesn't force a lot. So they get into their sets.
And it's up a 7-point lead. Here comes Collier. Reverse layup, but it skips off the rim. Now coming the other way. No good for Placide. He hit the first jumper in this ball game, and I don't think he's been heard from since, scoring-wise.
Hines came barreling in. That was a perfect opportunity to draw a charge right there.
I think Burns kind of got in the way at the end. I'm sorry, not Placide.
Isaiah Classic. His 3rd.
That's 3 on Placid.
At the line, shooting 2.
And it'll be Davies to the line. Davies with 5 tonight. And there's some sort of delay getting him the basketball.
I think we had another guy hit the ground. They're trying to wipe the sweat up.
Yep. Well, after this one, we'll see Wheeler in the Naismith Tip-Off Classic. As it's off to the left. They'll be taking on Heritage in that one. And that's going to be on the Friday night, the 9 o'clock tip-off at Pace Academy. Part of a back-to-back for the Wildcats. As Davies makes his second. Back to 8. 59-51.
Got to be a trouble.
It is. Gary Richardson didn't have control of the ball when he was moving. They'll visit Campbell the following day with the Wheeler Wildcats. And boy, I'm looking over Wheeler's schedule, and I'm just seeing a who's who of tournaments that they're going to participate in.
That's one of the reasons a lot of kids go to Wheeler. I mean, you got a program that's a national powerhouse, and they're going to play the best of the best.
They'll be in the Cruel Classic at Coral Springs over Christmas. And we'll see him at Holiday Hoopsgiving, the Jared Cook Classic. So we'll see Collier develop, and we'll see this layups like that from Davies. And the lead's 10, 61-51. We're under 2 minutes. And Dutchtown is playing with a lack of self-control. They are just going pell-mell to the hoop and turning the ball over, as we'll see this last shot. Here comes Hines, makes that last move. Backdoor cut for Davies. And he is it. Now in transition, Richardson, 2-on-1.
Yeah, I knew that was going to end
Yeah,
bad.
he was trying to throw it up, get contact. No contact was forthcoming. And Richardson commits the foul on Kelly. That's the first foul on Richardson.
I think Dutchtown might be a little too deep into their bench, a little too early.
Well, not having Bryant in the lineup certainly hurting them. And Kelly to the line. I mean, Wheeler will play Lanier in the Jared Cook. They'll play St. Francis at Hoopsgiving.
St. Francis has a good team, too. A lot of good young players.
9 points for Kelly as he makes his first. They'll also be at the Give Back Classic at Westlake.
Who are they playing there?
They're going to play Newton in that one.
Okay, nice.
And it's good. That's also going to be a back-to-back. Newton on the 29th, and then St. Francis on the Saturday. Dutchtown calls the timeout as Wheeler has extended the lead to 12. They are firmly in control of this one. We got 1:20 left. 63-51. Favor of the Wheeler Wildcats. Dutchtown's just got one timeout left. Again, after this one, we're going to have Green Forest Academy in Pebblebrook. Should be a really good one. Again, Green Forest is in the classification A, single A, but they always play a top schedule, and they can contend with anybody.
And they got some big guys. You know, they got a couple 6'7" guys. They have good guard play. They're pretty good. Christian Fussell is one of the highest recruited players around. Lamar Odom, he committed somewhere already. So it'll be a good game. I'm excited to see.
Looking forward to that. Again, Luke Winston will.
Pebblebrook probably has the best junior class in the state. They got 3 wings that are as good as anybody. So it'll be an exciting matchup. Every game is kind of built up a little bit more suspense, a little bit more athleticism, a little bit more length. And I think, you know, that's the game against Green Forest, and Pebblebrook is following that trend.
Exactly. Well, we're back to live action. They go Dutchtown trying to get something going. They're down by a dozen. They're trying to get somebody free for 3. I think Placide's shot got blocked or just a little redirected. Caused it to be short. Lamar Odom Jr. going to Drexel.
That's where he committed, Drexel, okay.
Yep.
And I don't think Christian Fussell, I don't think he's committed anywhere yet. But I know he went and visited VCU. He's visited a couple other places, but hadn't quite committed yet.
And we'll be monitoring that as the season goes along. Man will launch one, and it's off to the left. Right now they're just throwing up prayers.
Hopefully they don't start fouling here. I mean, this one's out of reach. 12 points with 50 seconds left.
Well, they might get a 10-second violation, but Collier gets through it. So hopefully we'll avoid the automatic fouling portion of today's broadcast. And it looks like we will. Very rare, but again, with 12 points It's too much. If it was 6 or 5, yeah, we would get the automatic fouls. Hines Jr. got his own rebound, and it's going to be Mann coming up with it. Feeding Callahan, and he can't hit the 3. Got the rebound on the soft touch. That's 13 for Mann. 63-53, 20 seconds to go, and this is probably going to do it for Wheeler.
Yeah, hopefully we'll just hold it out and shake hands.
And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Move on to the next game.
And the next game will pit Green Forest Academy and the Pebblebrook Falcons here on the SUV TV. 63-53. Dutchtown with only 7 points in that final quarter as Wheeler put them away. Again, it all coincided with Cam Bryant out with foul trouble. Well, that'll do it for us. We'll have Green Forest Academy and Pebblebrook coming up in 10 minutes. I'm John Morgel for the coach, Daryl LeBerry. Thank you so much. We'll be back with the final 2 games of this Georgia Elite 8 Tip-Off Classic right here. You've been rolling, and you will continue to roll with the SUVTV.com.